They used to call me open-hearted. I thought it was a compliment. I shared everything, my dreams, my pain, my plans. I believed closeness came from transparency. But not everyone who listens cares. Some asked just to gather, others to use. I watched secrets I whispered turn into rumors I never started. They smiled while they stabbed, with words dressed as concern. I started noticing the silence after I spoke. The way they looked at me changed, colder, calculating. I realized I gave people weapons and called it trust. I learned the hard way. Vulnerability without discernment is danger. Friends turned to strangers, partners to predators. Not because I was wrong, but because I was too open. Peace left me. Chaos moved in with those I confided in. I used to call often. Now I let the phone ring. I stopped explaining myself. Silence became my shield. Some called me distant. I called it survival. Privacy became my home. I protected it like a wounded animal. Slowly peace returned, not from others, but from within. I learned to listen more, speak less, and guard my light. I stopped needing people to understand me. Understanding myself became enough. I no longer posted my victories. I celebrated them alone. I no longer announced my plans. I moved in silence. People began to ask, "Why so quiet?" Because peace doesn't shout. The loudest moments in life are often the most fragile. I learned that silence holds more power than speeches. Some left when I stopped sharing, and I let them. Real ones stay whether you speak or not. I started watching more, the patterns, the motives. I saw how people disguise envy as advice. They smile while secretly hoping you fail. I once mistook company for connection. Now I'd rather eat alone in truth than together in lies. I've seen people clap while digging my grave. Not everyone who hugs you means it. Some just want to know how warm your blood is. I no longer give people that chance. I became a mystery, not for attention, but for protection. There's peace in knowing only you hold your full story. I don't owe my truth to those who haven't earned my trust. These days my boundaries speak louder than my words. I used to fear being misunderstood. Now I welcome it. It keeps the wrong people away. Privacy taught me what presence never could. When you keep your peace, you lose their control. People can't manipulate what they don't know. I stopped explaining my silence. I let people assume. Their imagination reveals more than my truth. In solitude, I heard things noise always covered. I found strength in quiet moments, deep, sacred strength. I learned, what you protect grows. What you expose too soon can rot. Not every soul is a safe space, and not every question deserves an answer. Some just want access, not connection. I stopped mistaking curiosity for care. I guard my life the way I wish someone had taught me long ago. I used to share pain hoping someone would ease it. Now I sit with it until it teaches me something. My peace is not up for discussion anymore. It's not selfish to protect what keeps you sane. The world will drain you if you let it. So I stopped giving it buckets of my soul. I no longer seek validation in conversations. I found it in quiet mornings and long walks alone. Wisdom doesn't scream, it waits. Most people only understand from their level of awareness. I stopped trying to raise others to mine. Not everyone is ready for your truth, and that's okay. I now believe some silence is sacred. Some stories are meant to be lived, not told. Growth made me softer, but also stronger. I still feel deeply. I just don't bleed publicly. I've learned the value of emotional discipline. Not every feeling needs a witness. Not every thought needs a response. Peace thrives in the pauses. I stopped oversharing and started observing. Some things lose their magic when explained. My silence isn't distance, it's devotion. I'm loyal to my inner calm. I no longer argue to be understood. If they don't get it, it's not meant for them. I've learned to be invisible when needed. Power isn't always loud. Sometimes it's still. I used to chase closure. Now I choose acceptance. The older I get, the less I speak. But when I do, I mean every word. There's beauty in being unknown. There's strength in not being accessible. I don't fear being alone. I fear being drained. You don't need an audience to become better. Privacy gave me clarity. Clarity gave me freedom. And freedom gave me peace. Subscribe to Inspiring AI Stories, Mulhem